G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. One day before the big game and one day before we know if the Steelers are going to make the playoffs or not, which is kind of crazy. This far into the season, we started out, it was really tough with Trubisky. They went through the motions. The Matt Canada offense was there, here, everywhere, jet sweeps and whatnot. Has it gotten better? Yes, to a certain degree, because we are winning, but we still got to score more points. We've got to score much more points than we have in the past. I think the Matt Canada offense is averaging like 17 points, but we're near the end of the season. We're right near the end of the season. We started off 2-6. Now the Steelers are 8-8 with a chance to go to 9-8 and have a chance for the playoffs. Playoffs? Look, I love saying that. Look, I know I've said it a million times. I've been saying the same thing over and over the last few weeks, but we're not out of it yet. The Steelers are not mathematically out of the situation. They do have this to happen. Bills versus Patriots, Jets versus Dolphins, Steelers versus Browns. I've been saying that for a very long time. Like, I still believe that can happen. I don't know if it will happen, but with 3 games to go, the chance now is 17%. But let's focus on the Browns game. And do we think the Steelers can win? That's the big thing. Now, this is the game where I think the Steelers have to win. Like we always tend to say that as a must-win game, but we don't want to see, Steeler fans don't want to see the Browns come into our house, Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, and end our season on a bad note. We just don't want to see that. You don't want to see the Browns, the classless organization. They're just terrible. I'm not saying the fans. I actually have a lot of respect for Browns fans. Putting up with your team. I don't know how you guys do it. The fact in year out, the Browns have no shot at the playoffs. They have no chance to win a Super Bowl. The Browns have never won a Super Bowl. They haven't got a winning culture, right? It's not the fans. The fans are passionate, like myself, like you guys in Steeler Nation, and you guys are on other teams who follow this page. You guys are passionate about the team, really passionate about the team. I haven't got a problem with the fans. The fans are cool, man. I know some Browns fans. There's some Browns fans who support this channel. There's some Browns fans I've talked to before. There's some Browns fans I've met overseas. Some Browns fans, look, they're fine. They're okay. They love football. The problem I have is with the players and with the organization, right? With the organization, because they're really doing themselves a disservice, and that's why Juju was right a couple of years ago. The Browns is the Browns. They just do Browns things. Things just don't seem to happen. The fact that the Browns went out and got Deshaun Watson, and I'm not going to talk about the off-season stuff or the stuff he's going through with the accusations. And look, that's not my prerogative. My prerogative and what I want to focus on is pretty much they went and spent so much money on this guy, mega $1 million over 5-year deal, over $100 million and whatnot. They sent their house, they sent all their draft picks over the next 3 years. And the quality of play is really poor, like super poor. I've seen Watson play in highlights, and I'm like, you sure you want that guy to be your franchise? Now, he could go into the offseason, have a really good offseason, start to link up with some weapons, maybe go into the draft, get some guys, get a receiver, build the O-line around Watson. But I don't really see that happening. I think they stuffed up yet again. I think the Browns have that quarterback list of 18, 19 receivers, quarterbacks on the back of that guy. Of course, Money Manziel, all those guys. There's 18, 19 quarterbacks since 2000. And the Steelers have done quite well when you think about it. In comparison, the franchise, Big Ben, for 18 years. Now we have a guy being Kenny Pickett. Could we go back to back where we get one franchise and then the other guy, Kenny Pickett, is the new guy, right? He's the new guy going forward. Whereas the Browns organization has had 18, 19 quarterbacks over 20 years. So the Browns might be the Browns. And nothing against the fans. The fans are great. I think fans of all, fans of most NFL teams are great, but they go out there and support their team, and then they will travel to Pittsburgh. They travel to, they go to Cleveland Stadium when it's cold and snowing, and this is Cleveland fans want to see our Pittsburgh Steelers lose. If we lose this game, we're out of the playoffs. So I know the players want that too. Miles Garrett came out the other day and talked about, ending the Steelers' playoff hopes. So that's what they play for. But that's the only ever position they ever play for. But getting back to this game, I asked you guys' thoughts the other day in a comment, and I said this: will the Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs? and 118 votes. Yeah, mate, got 78%. And nah, you're dreaming, or nah, mate, you're dreaming, got 22%. So I agree with the 78%. I actually think the Pittsburgh Steelers can make the playoffs. I really do. But I've been saying this the last few weeks since it was like, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks back when we needed a lot of things to happen and we still had a chance in the dance. Now, the Ravens' loss a few weeks back didn't really help us, and that's why we were 1%. But now we've moved from 1% to 17%. So I actually think I agree with that poll, and a lot of Steeler Nation does too. Yeah, mate, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to make the playoffs. So they can make the 7th seed, and depending on the verse, they could verse the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Bengals. And they're all hard games, whoever we verse, right? But it doesn't matter. If the Pittsburgh Steelers can make the playoffs, Kenny Pickett gets a chance, George Pickens gets a chance, Jalen Warren all get a chance, all these rookies on offense get a chance, youngest O-line, youngest offense in the league gets a chance to go to the playoffs. That's what matters. And then also on the defense, Minka, Terrell, TJ Watt, all those dudes, Cameron Hayward, they get a chance to go to the playoffs yet again. So it does mean something to the players. It means something to win this game for Mike Tomlin. It means something that you go out there, you beat the Browns, you don't let them sweep you. No sweeping involved. You go and beat them, you take care of business. That's what you need to do. But the big thing is also, like I said, I'll be showing this image day after day. I've showed it a million times. I believe the Bills can beat the Patriots 110%. I believe they're going to knock away the Patriots. They don't want to see the Patriots in the playoffs. They don't want the Pats to beat them at home. They don't want Bill Belichick to beat them at home. The Bills will show up, and I believe they win that game. However, the big game is the Jets versus Dolphins. That's the game I really don't know. We have to rely on Joe Flacco to go out there and beat rookie Skylar Thompson. The Dolphins are playing for their playoff hopes right now, and the Jets are playing spoiler, a lot like how the Browns are playing spoiler. That one worries me the most, but we will be scoreboard watching this Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. And my Monday morning, I'll be doing a live stream at 5 a.m. I'll be covering all 3 games at once. Going to be crazy. Got to watch the Bills, got to watch the Jets, got to watch the Steelers. So I do believe, actually, guys, I do believe that the Steelers can make it. I believe the Steelers can make the playoffs, and I believe they can make the 7th seed. It's only down now to 3 games. 3 games goes our direction. 1, 2, 3 goes our direction. Then we're in. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with cheering your team on for the last game, Steelers versus Browns. I know my mate Daniel J will be, State of the Steelers will be at the game, which would be fantastic. So he'll be scoreboard watching on his phone and also looking around, looking at the actual game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, but we'll know in 2 or 3 days' time if our chances in this season will continue or if they'll be ended like that. And also, guys, just to end my video, it's not a bad thing. It's not overly a bad thing if we get this far and we don't win. If the Steelers don't make the playoffs, that's fine. It's been a crazy ride. I just hope that the Steelers can win for Mike Tomlin to never have a losing season, which is it's a great accomplishment, and they win for a chance for the playoffs. Because once you get in the dance, once you're in the dance, you have a chance. Anything can happen. We could knock off the Chiefs. We could knock off the Bills. We could knock off the Bengals. That's the one I would like to see. I think Steelers versus Bengals, if that can happen, Steelers versus Bengals in the wild card round will be fantastic. That may happen. But anyways, guys, thank you for checking out my content. If you do want to support me, right, I have my Aussie mates here. We're building a Steeler Nation Australia team. So these are my Aussie mates who support me on YouTube as a member. We have Yuli. And guys, I do ask, if you do join as a member, let me know in the comments below who your favorite player would be and what position would you play in the NFL. So Yuli's a member, and he says he would play quarterback, and his favorite player is Big Ben. Steelers out west says he would be a punter. So we've got a punter on our team, and he supports Troy Polamalu, number 43. We have Brian H., our free safety, who likes the bus. And Pepper, we have another punter. We have 2 punters on the team, and she supports Hines Ward. That's her favorite player. If you do want to be a member, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that join. The lowest tier is Mates Rates, and there's Mates Rates, Absolute Legend, Bloody Bonza, and Hooly Dooly, all with different kinds of things that are involved in it. I'm still working on it. It's a daily occurrence that I try and figure out what I want to do with the memberships. But I'm working hard, guys. So if you want to be a member, it's $3 USD. You get the name and the credits and general support. Anyways, guys, enjoy the game, man. Let's enjoy this game. 110%. Let's enjoy this game. Steelers versus Browns. It's the last week. There is so much riding on this. If the other two teams can win and we can win, we're in the playoffs. Enjoy the game. Grab a beer, grab a beverage, have a Coke, order some pizza, get some wings, get your favorite burger, wear your favorite socks, wear your favorite jersey. Let's enjoy this. We have so much speculation in the offseason and talk about what's going to happen. Let's enjoy now what is happening right now. And what is happening now is a chance for Mike Tomlin and his Steelers to go to 9-8 to go to the playoffs. Playoffs? That's what's happening right now. Let's enjoy that. We have to enjoy that. It's going to be a crazy day. It's going to be awesome. And we want to see this result. Bills, Jets, Steelers. Then we're in. Then anything can happen. You never know what's going to happen from there. All right, guys, I'll see you later.